Without data, you're just another person with an opinion, said W. Edwards Deming, a pioneer in quality management. In a world flooded with information, data-driven decision-making, DDDM, has become a vital skill for navigating personal, professional, and societal challenges. By combining insights from psychology, philosophy, and science, this guide explores how to leverage data to make better decisions, free from biases and guesswork. From mastering tools like Excel to understanding cognitive biases, the material will teach you how to align your actions with clear objectives, collect and analyze relevant data, and apply ethical considerations to your choices. Echoing Aristotle's wisdom that knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, the process begins with identifying goals and recognizing the role of data in achieving them. Throughout, we'll connect theory with practice, offering exercises to integrate these skills into your daily life. Whether it's improving productivity, managing finances, or making ethical choices, this guide equips you to harness the power of data, transforming uncertainty into actionable insights for a smarter, more informed future. Understand the importance of data. Data-driven decision-making, DDDM, is essential in minimizing cognitive biases and optimizing results. By leveraging data, individuals can analyze patterns and trends that the human mind might overlook due to emotional or cognitive limitations. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky's research on decision-making highlights how data reduces reliance on intuition, prone to errors such as availability bias. For example, tracking personal habits can reveal inconsistencies between perceived and actual behaviors. Consider expenses. Many people underestimate their spending until they analyze data. By understanding where your resources go, you can make informed financial adjustments. This principle extends to professional environments, where organizations rely on performance metrics and market data to outpace competitors. To embed this mindset in everyday life, start by appreciating data's role in uncovering truths. Conduct experiments such as logging your daily screen time and analyzing trends. Tools like smartphone trackers or budgeting apps are excellent resources for visualizing raw data. These insights equip individuals to refine decisions with measurable evidence. Critics argue that over-reliance on data could overlook qualitative nuances. However, by combining quantitative data with context, decisions can be both informed and empathetic. For instance, while sales data may suggest discontinuing a product, customer feedback could reveal an untapped market. Thus, data enhances decision-making by making abstract patterns tangible, helping individuals and organizations align choices with goals. As Kahneman stated in Thinking, Fast and Slow, the disciplined use of data combats biases and builds a foundation for rational, impactful decisions. By starting small, such as monitoring fitness, finance, or productivity, you can adopt data as a reliable guide to navigate complex choices. This habit fosters accuracy and objectivity, enabling smarter, goal-oriented decision-making. Set clear objectives. Defining clear objectives is the cornerstone of data-driven decision-making, as goals shape the data you collect and interpret. Without clarity, efforts to gather or analyze data risk being unfocused and ineffective. Establishing goals involves identifying what you want to achieve and determining metrics to measure success. The SMART framework, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, is widely used to craft actionable objectives. For instance, instead of setting a vague goal like improve health, a SMART objective would be lose 5 pounds in 2 months by exercising thrice weekly and reducing daily calorie intake by 200. Clear goals like these allow data collection to target relevant metrics, such as weight or calorie counts. In psychology, Edwin Locke's goal-setting theory emphasizes that specific and challenging goals motivate higher performance. By focusing attention and effort, such objectives channel decision-making towards measurable outcomes. For instance, a professional aiming to increase productivity could track daily task completion rates and adjust strategies based on data trends. To practice this in daily life, start small. Set an objective like saving $50 weekly, then monitor income and expenses to track progress. Adjust your approach if data reveals unnecessary spending. This structured approach avoids wasted effort and enhances focus. Beware of goal displacement, where pursuing metrics undermines broader purposes. For example, prioritizing speed over quality in production could damage long-term success. Balance quantitative data with qualitative insights to ensure goals align with overall values. By setting clear objectives, you create a roadmap that guides your data collection and interpretation, ultimately leading to more effective decisions. As Aristotle suggested, purposeful action starts with clarity of intent, which serves as the anchor for success. If you're enjoying this audiobook and finding value in the content, we kindly ask you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. A large portion of our listeners and viewers haven't subscribed yet, and by doing so, you'll help us grow and continue bringing you more high-quality audiobooks. Your support means a lot to us, and it's just one click away. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay connected and never miss out on our latest releases. Learn to collect relevant data. Effective data-driven decision-making begins with gathering relevant and accurate data tailored to your objectives. Without proper data, even the best analysis can lead to flawed conclusions. Relevance is key. Collecting too much irrelevant information leads to overwhelm and inefficiency. Conversely, insufficient data can leave gaps in understanding. To ensure relevance, focus on your goals. For instance, if you aim to improve fitness, data on steps walked, calories burned, and heart rate is far more valuable than unrelated statistics like daily screen time. Use tools such as wearable trackers or apps to collect precise data. In social science research, John Cresswell highlights the importance of methodology. Quantitative data, such as numbers and measurements, answers questions like how much or how many, while qualitative data provides context, addressing why or how. For example, tracking customer purchases, quantitative, paired with customer reviews, qualitative, gives a complete picture. A useful everyday exercise is designing a survey to understand preferences within your social circle. The process of asking clear questions, collecting responses, and analyzing results mirrors professional data collection techniques. Additionally, ensure the integrity of your data by avoiding biases and collection methods. For instance, diverse sampling is critical to avoid skewed results. Ethical considerations are also paramount. Ensure you respect privacy and obtain consent where needed. Misusing data can harm relationships or credibility, as seen in controversies involving data misuse by organizations. Ultimately, learning to collect relevant data equips you to make precise, focused decisions. By aligning data with your goals and adhering to ethical practices, you set a foundation for actionable insights and meaningful improvements in your personal or professional life. Improve data literacy skills. Data literacy, the ability to read, interpret, and communicate data, is a critical skill in the modern decision-making landscape. It transforms raw numbers into meaningful insights, enabling more accurate and effective decisions. To improve data literacy, familiarize yourself with basic concepts like averages, mean, median, mode, correlations, and percentages. Understanding these terms allows you to interpret common data visuals such as bar charts, line graphs, and scatter plots. For example, knowing that correlation does not imply causation prevents misinterpretation of trends. Statistical literacy is particularly vital, as it addresses common errors in data interpretation. For example, understanding sample size prevents you from drawing conclusions based on insufficient data. Resources like Nate Silver's The Signal and The Noise emphasize the importance of distinguishing meaningful signals from statistical noise in complex datasets. Practice interpreting data by exploring publicly available datasets, such as economic indicators or public health statistics. For instance, review unemployment trends to understand how external factors affect labor markets. Summarize findings in simple language to solidify comprehension. Interactive tools like Excel, Google Sheets, or visualization platforms, e.g., Tableau, help in building hands-on proficiency. Create a basic spreadsheet to track your household budget or fitness progress, using formulas to automate calculations. Critical thinking complements data literacy. Always question the source, method, and potential biases in data. For example, marketing graphs may exaggerate trends to influence decisions. Verify claims through multiple data sources to maintain objectivity. By improving data literacy, you enhance your ability to discern patterns, validate information, and communicate insights. This skill not only improves personal and professional decision-making but also safeguards against misinformation. As Albert Einstein suggested, simplifying complex ideas is the ultimate sign of understanding, a principle central to data literacy. Master basic statistical concepts. Statistics is the language of data-driven decision-making. Understanding basic statistical concepts equips you to analyze data, detect trends, and make evidence-based choices. Core concepts such as mean, median, mode, variance, and standard deviation form the foundation for interpreting datasets. For instance, the mean provides an average, but it can be skewed by outliers, making the median a better measure in some cases. Variance and standard deviation reveal how spread out data points are, offering insights into consistency or volatility. Recognizing these metrics is essential in fields ranging from finance to fitness. Psychologist Gerd Gigerenzer emphasizes the role of statistical thinking in navigating uncertainty. For example, understanding probability can help in everyday decisions, like evaluating risks in investments or lifestyle choices. Similarly, learning correlation and causation clarifies relationships between variables, avoiding erroneous conclusions like assuming a direct link between unrelated events. Practical exercises deepen statistical understanding. Track your weekly grocery spending and calculate the mean cost per trip. Compare this with the median to see how occasional splurges affect averages. Alternatively, analyze the variance in daily step counts to assess consistency in physical activity. Statistical tools simplify complex datasets. Beginners can use calculators or software like Google Sheets for computations. Visual aids such as histograms or scatter plots make data trends more accessible, promoting comprehension. Beware of statistical misuse, a topic Nate Silver warns against in The Signal and the Noise. Misleading graphs or cherry-picked data can distort interpretations. Learning to detect such pitfalls protects against manipulation and strengthens decision-making credibility. By mastering basic statistics, you gain the ability to navigate data-rich environments confidently, transforming raw figures into actionable insights that guide decisions across personal and professional domains. Use tools for data analysis. Data analysis tools simplify complex processes, enabling users to extract insights efficiently. Tools like Excel, Google Sheets, Tableau, or beginner-friendly platforms such as Microsoft Power BI provide features to organize, visualize, and interpret data. Familiarity with these tools equips individuals to make sense of raw data and draw actionable conclusions. Excel and Google Sheets are widely accessible for basic tasks like tracking budgets or calculating averages. These tools offer formulas for common statistical functions, such as mean, variance, and correlation. For example, tracking monthly expenses and categorizing them into charts can reveal spending patterns and areas for optimization. Visualization software like Tableau excels at presenting data through interactive graphs and dashboards. Such visual aids simplify interpreting large datasets, as trends and outliers become apparent. For instance, a sales team might use Tableau to track product performance by region, enabling strategic adjustments. According to Edward Tufte, a pioneer in data visualization, effective visuals clarify data by highlighting relationships and minimizing distractions. While mastering these tools takes time, starting with simple applications builds confidence. Create a personal fitness tracker in Sheets or visualize household energy consumption in Tableau to practice. Automation is another strength of data tools. Functions like pivot tables or macros in Excel streamline repetitive tasks, saving time and reducing errors. However, users should double-check outputs to ensure accuracy, as small formula errors can have significant consequences. Mastering data tools enhances critical thinking by transforming abstract numbers into meaningful insights. Combining tools with manual analysis promotes a deeper understanding of data, empowering users to navigate decision-making with precision and clarity. As technology evolves, adaptability with tools ensures that individuals remain competitive and informed in data-driven environments. Develop critical thinking skills. Critical thinking is essential in data-driven decision-making, as it helps evaluate data quality, identify biases, and ensure logical conclusions. Without questioning the source or validity of data, individuals risk making decisions based on flawed information. Critical thinking involves analyzing the origin of data. For example, understanding whether a dataset comes from a reliable source like peer-reviewed research or biased marketing material is crucial. Philosopher John Dewey emphasized reflective thought as the foundation of critical thinking, urging individuals to question assumptions and test their reasoning. To develop this skill, practice identifying biases in daily scenarios. For instance, analyze a news article presenting statistics. Are the claims supported by credible data? Are there potential conflicts of interest? Exercises like comparing contrasting perspectives on the same topic hone discernment. Recognizing logical fallacies is another component. For example, correlation does not imply causation. Just because two events occur together doesn't mean one caused the other. Misinterpreting such relationships can lead to false conclusions, as Gidronser often warns in discussions about statistical reasoning. Use frameworks like Socratic questioning to evaluate data critically. Ask, what evidence supports this claim? Are there alternative explanations? What are the limitations? Applying these questions to real-world decisions ensures well-rounded conclusions. Critical thinking also guards against confirmation bias, favoring information that aligns with pre-existing beliefs. Actively seek opposing viewpoints and test assumptions to strengthen decision-making. For instance, when purchasing a product, evaluate both positive and negative reviews to form a balanced opinion. Developing critical thinking transforms data interpretation from passive acceptance to active inquiry. This skill, when combined with data analysis, fosters well-informed, rational decisions that align with personal or professional goals. Apply scientific methods. Applying the scientific method in decision-making ensures a structured, objective approach. Originating from scientific inquiry, this process involves hypothesis formulation, experimentation, observation, and conclusion, making it ideal for tackling complex problems systematically. The first step is to define a clear question or problem. For example, if you want to improve productivity, ask, does starting the day with exercise increase work output? Next, form a hypothesis, an educated guess, such as, morning exercise improves focus and efficiency. From there, design an experiment to test the hypothesis, such as exercising daily for 2 weeks while monitoring productivity levels. Data collection and observation are integral. Use tools like journals, spreadsheets, or apps to track results. For instance, record daily work tasks completed and compare averages before and after the experiment. This method ensures decisions are based on evidence rather than intuition. Analysis follows, where patterns in data are identified to validate or refute the hypothesis. Suppose the results show improved productivity after exercise. In that case, the hypothesis is supported, and the behavior can be adopted. If not, adjust variables and repeat. Scientific thinking emphasizes iteration, as refining methods often leads to better solutions. Philosopher Karl Popper stressed falsifiability, the ability to disprove a hypothesis, as central to scientific rigor. Apply this by considering alternative explanations for observed results. For instance, was improved productivity due to exercise or another factor, such as reduced stress? The scientific method's objectivity minimizes biases, fostering decisions rooted in reliable evidence. Whether testing a new habit or solving workplace challenges, this approach ensures choices are both logical and adaptive to real-world conditions. By practicing this method, individuals make decisions that are not only data-driven but also systematically validated. Understand cognitive biases. Cognitive biases can distort data interpretation, leading to flawed decision-making. Recognizing and addressing biases is essential to ensure data-driven decisions remain objective and accurate. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that simplify decision-making but often result in errors. Daniel Kahneman, in Thinking, Fast and Slow, outlines common biases like confirmation bias, favoring information that aligns with existing beliefs, and overconfidence bias, where individuals overestimate their abilities. For example, a manager might ignore negative feedback because it contradicts their perception of team performance. To counter biases, practice mindfulness and deliberate thinking. Regularly question assumptions and seek diverse perspectives. For instance, when interpreting sales data, avoid focusing solely on metrics that affirm pre-existing strategies. Instead, analyze trends that challenge your approach to discover hidden insights. Structured frameworks like the premortem technique, suggested by psychologist Gary Klein, help mitigate bias. Before finalizing a decision, imagine a scenario where the choice failed and identify reasons. This proactive approach uncovers potential blind spots in reasoning. Exercises in recognizing biases include revisiting past decisions. Identify instances where biases influenced outcomes and reflect on how data could have improved the process. For example, consider whether emotional reasoning or selective attention led to a misstep in personal finances or career planning. Awareness of biases fosters impartiality. By integrating checks like peer reviews, third-party audits, or statistical validation, decision-makers ensure interpretations are accurate and reliable. Use tools like checklists or decision trees to maintain objectivity, even in high-stakes scenarios. Cognitive biases are unavoidable, but understanding their influence enables more balanced decisions. Combining this awareness with data-driven strategies ensures choices align with reality, minimizing errors and maximizing effectiveness. Incorporate ethical considerations. Ethics in data-driven decision-making involves balancing efficiency with fairness, transparency, and respect for individuals' rights. Ensuring decisions uphold ethical standards builds trust and credibility while preventing misuse of data. Data ethics encompasses several principles: privacy, consent, and fairness. For instance, collecting personal data for analysis requires explicit consent and safeguards against unauthorized use. Ethical lapses, such as the Cambridge Analytica scandal, demonstrate the repercussions of violating these principles, including loss of public trust and legal penalties. To incorporate ethics, evaluate data sources for integrity. Avoid biased datasets that perpetuate inequalities. For example, an AI model trained on discriminatory hiring data could replicate those biases, leading to unethical outcomes. Regularly audit algorithms and datasets to ensure neutrality. Transparency is another pillar. Communicate how data influences decisions, ensuring stakeholders understand the process. For instance, a company implementing data-driven changes in work schedules should explain the metrics used and how they align with employee welfare. Transparency fosters accountability and trust among stakeholders. Ethical dilemmas often involve trade-offs. For example, prioritizing profit may conflict with environmental sustainability. Resolving such conflicts requires considering the broader societal impact of decisions, guided by frameworks like utilitarianism, maximizing overall benefit, or deontology, adhering to ethical rules. Exercises include discussing ethical dilemmas in data use. Debate scenarios like targeted advertising. While personalized ads benefit consumers, they may exploit behavioral data without informed consent. By embedding ethical considerations, decision-makers ensure data serves not just organizational goals but societal values. As AI ethicist Timnit Gebru emphasizes, responsible data practices align technology with humanity's best interests, ensuring progress benefits all stakeholders fairly and sustainably. Practice decision-making regularly. Regular practice in decision-making strengthens data-driven habits and improves confidence in interpreting and applying insights. Consistent application transforms theoretical knowledge into practical skills, enabling individuals to make informed, effective choices across various scenarios. Start with small, everyday decisions. For instance, use data to plan grocery shopping. Review past receipts, calculate average weekly spending, and identify unnecessary purchases. This exercise sharpens your ability to analyze patterns and apply findings to real-world actions. Incrementally tackle more complex challenges. For example, track productivity at work by logging completed tasks and time spent. Analyze trends to identify when you are most efficient, and use this data to optimize your schedule. Each application reinforces analytical thinking, making data-driven strategies second nature. Practice also improves judgment by exposing you to diverse situations. Decision-making frameworks, such as cost-benefit analysis or decision trees, provide structured approaches to evaluate options. For instance, when choosing a new phone, list criteria like price, performance, and reviews, assigning weights to prioritize features. Engage in reflective practices to assess past decisions. Were they effective? How did data guide the outcome? Analyzing successes and failures builds awareness of your strengths and areas for improvement. This iterative process mirrors the scientific method, emphasizing learning and adaptation. Group activities, like team brainstorming or mock business scenarios, enhance decision-making under collaboration. Discussing data insights fosters diverse perspectives and collective problem-solving skills. Additionally, sharing interpretations with peers develops communication abilities essential for presenting data-driven conclusions. By practicing regularly, individuals strengthen their capacity to navigate decisions confidently, even in uncertainty. This habit integrates data analysis, critical thinking, and ethical considerations into daily life, fostering a systematic approach to choices that align with long-term goals. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.